Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tower Factory by Gius Caminiti. Last episode, we worked our way through the tutorial with an eye towards teasing out the math of the game in order to build ourselves a long-term plan for how to defend our tower. This time, we're gonna try and put those concepts to use and see how we handle a first attempt. Now, some of the things we talked about last time are things like how the stone nodes in the game are far fewer in number, but they have a much higher concentration of resources. So we will need to probably assign multiple stone miners to each node in order to be effective. Also, another idea I hit upon was that when you move from your basic resources like wood and stone to your more advanced resources like wood and planks, you want to be sure not to cannibalize your original wood production too much, because if you do, you'll find that once you have enough planks, you're going to start running out of basic wood in order to build some of the more advanced towers, and that's going to cause a little bit of a hitch in operations. Finally, we took a look at the defensive towers themselves, with an eye towards where we want to build them, what order we want to build them, and what kind of targeting priorities we wanted to set. So, now that we have gone through the tutorial, and there's our gold coin that we earned for going through it, let's take a look at what this game looks like on a first attempt without any of the upgrades purchased. Let's give it a try. Alright, so we must start off by manually chopping wood in order to build ourselves some wood choppers. Let's get up to, I'm going to try and get up to around 30 so I don't have to deal with running out of wood for, there we go, for conveyor belts here. Let's build that straight in. Now we're also going to need more in order to build. I actually think I'm going to want 2 more before I move on to other things. So let's get one going this way. Go ahead and pull that guy. Alright, and then finally, let's get one over here. Oh, not enough. Do a little bit of manual. As you can see in the beginning of the game, it's actually quite challenging to get up and started quickly. I'm probably going to want to move that further back a little later on. Okay, now that we have that, let's take a look at any stone opportunities we have. It looks like we've got one here. Oh. Once again, before you can build any stone, you have to collect some manually. Let me just get a little bit more than 5 to get us really up and going. Alright, so I'm going to start with the first one over here. Whoops. Come back. There we go. Okay. And I think maybe do a second one. Set it over here. That's probably a little further back than I wanted, but that's alright. Okay, and now that we have that in place, we're going to start to need some defensive towers up. I'm just going to throw an acorn tower up right now just to be safe. Sure. Okay, we're back. Yeah, right there. Alright, and I'm going to set him to most health. Okay. Excuse me. Now, we're going to need a lot more wood production, so let's get back into that action. This looks good. Conveyor. Go ahead and do that. Whoa, that was bad aim. And probably more wood production. This game is going to require quite a lot of it, so nothing wrong with overkilling wood production in the very beginning. And in fact, probably wouldn't hurt to get yet another tower out right here. Set him to health. And then I think at this point we're going to want a bonfire just to push out a little bit. Not enough resources. We need 2 more light. So one of the meta progression upgrades is that you can get light a little faster. Maybe that's not a bad idea at some point. Alright, probably a little more wood. Yep. We'll harvest this guy all the way in the back. And then, alright, now that we've got all that going, I think it's time to, oh, look at that. We have our first example of an obelisk of strength. It's going to provide extra damage to any towers you place. So that's actually going to be very, very useful. Now, I am going to want some serious sawmill production, so I think I'm going to set the first such one here. Hopefully we have enough. Yes, we do. And let me... I think I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to want to make this that, and then another wood. Remember, we wanted 2 wood. Nope, that's going backwards. There we go. Remember, we wanted 2 wood into each sawmill in order to max the capacity. Let's see how our defenses are holding up. That's probably not nearly enough. Let me see if I can get some more bonfire. Oh, we don't have enough light. Oh no! Go ahead, set those guys to minimum. Oh my god, these acorns don't do enough damage. Alright, we're gonna need a lot more of those in order to hold off combat. Let's get that bonfire out. We're gonna need to push forward quite a bit. And then luckily we're gonna be able to afford quite a number of these, so get that. And then more bonfire. Push our visibility up. And there's a chest. Get some resources in it whenever you find one. Those are always handy. And once again, we're out of light resources. So we're going to need another bonfire over there at some point. Oh no! More breakthrough! Alright. With these guys, I think we might be okay. Alright, let's go ahead and set these to health. I think those guys, that's as much as we can do. And at this point, we absolutely need a ballista. So let's get this guy going in here. Go ahead and target armor. I don't know whether we've actually seen any crabs yet. It looks like there's our first crab, well timed. And sawmill production is probably not enough, so let's go ahead and boost that up as well. Okay, get that in there. We're gonna say combiner in, and then we're gonna need a, which way is this thing pointing? There we go. We're gonna need one in there, and we're gonna need one in there. Okay. I understand this is really tight. We can probably move this over. I can probably move this over here. Get some conveyor belt going this way. And then get this guy scooted over. Okay, so now if we take a look at how we're doing, we still do not have nearly enough defense to hold everything off. We're still getting rocked pretty hard, so gonna need to set a couple more acorns. Let's get one on the double damage. Set you guys to high health. already set to high health. Okay. And you're set. Alright, everyone's set. Well, at this point, there's only so much we can do because there's just a whole lot of enemies coming at us. We're actually not doing bad on resource production, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just that the timing of what we need to do is, like, really out of hand. Alright, time to get some more ballistas going. Throw one down here. Armor, health. Maybe throw down a bonfire. Get a little more visibility. Oh boy. I think I'm gonna throw yet another ballista out here. Okay. Okay, so right now we seem to be doing okay. Now the next thing we're gonna want is, if you look, our stone production is a little bit lagging. So we're gonna have to pull some of that in. I think I'm gonna do it from over here. Get this guy going, maybe. Yeah, okay, he can grab two from that end. So now, at this point, what is basically happening is we're now kind of overloading our system for the first time. We've got two things going into a combiner here, and then that going into there. So one of the things we're going to have to be aware of is once you start doing this in your design, that you're actually going to start pushing up against the limit of how much can go into each of the entrances in your tower. Remember, the conveyor belts only handle 120 per minute. And so, like, I've got 20 here, another 20, and a 30 here. So there's 70 units coming in here, plus another 20, plus another 20. So this guy's already got 110 going in per minute. So what you'll probably see is, like, 11 spaces of goods going in, and then one blank space every once in a while once it catches up. So we've overloaded that section, absolutely. Now, what this allows us to do, though, is we can start pushing the light, and then maybe throw another. I guess ballistas are simply too strong. I think we have to go with that. Alright, we're gonna need more light. Not enough light resources. Okay, so that's one of the game's stall mechanics, that you have to kill these things fast enough to get the light necessary to you know, push forward with bonfires. And we're lucky in that we found one of these things already. We're gonna have to find a couple more. I'm gonna just start pushing light outwards as I can over time, but really we just need a ton more light to get bonfire visibility out. Oh my god, the path splits. Oh, so tough, so tough. We need more towers. Acorns, defend your home. Alright, so you're gonna be set to low health. So the back four of these I have set to low health. Oh my god. So rough, so rough. Yeah, alright, I think we have the resources. Let me throw another ballista out here. Just, I mean, this covers some pretty good area, I guess. Okay, more resources. We need more resources. So let me do this. We're gonna go ahead and sawmill yet again. And then towards that end, I'm going to want to throw a second of these. And, I guess I'm gonna have to, throw another combiner out here to match that. Okay, and notice that they're now out of trees, so another thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to push out this way to try and find more resources. There we go. Let's get this. Let's get this back here. Let's get this back here. And let's move this back here. And okay, there we go. That sawmill's back up to speed, and we can probably throw yet another couple of bonfires. Not enough resources. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we're completely slaughtered. All right. Uh, as you can see, this game is incredibly challenging. The resource generation, I was pretty happy with that. Like we were doing pretty good putting out towers, but I think maybe at the end of the day, this game is just simply too hard without any of the upgrades. Like you can see that at one point we had the path completely cleared of all monsters, but then once they start coming in and we've got, you know, 4 ballistas out and another 7 or 8 acorn towers, that's still not nearly enough to tackle what they can throw at you. So we're gonna take a look. uh, if you're enjoying it, please consider adding to your wish list. My friend, you've been on my wish list already, so all right, so let's take a look at our upgrades. So that was a very very brutal campaign, and so in the beginning, there's going to be a very big temptation to do various things. So like one of the things we ran into problem wise is that we ran out of light essence repeatedly at the end. That's what you need to build the bonfires. Now maybe I could have spaced them out a little better. That's possible, but I don't know. I think there's not a lot of leeway there. Like you can only be one space better than where you placed everything, and I don't think that's going to get you very far. So we definitely need more light essence in order to ramp up what it is that we do. But on the other hand, because the game does give you a limit of the number of towers you can build, and I never even made it up to there, and the damage was not sufficient, that this is also something that is probably going to be necessary in the long run. We're simply going to need our acorn cannons to do more damage. Now, I do not know how much health the little mushroom guys have. And so one thing that's very possible is that the basic acorn cannon does 6 damage per shot. If those things are designed, for argument's sake, with like 8 hit points. I know it's a lot more than 8. But if they're designed with like 8 hit points, then what happens is at 6, you're going to need 2 hits to kill one. But if you were to upgrade it from 6 to 8 damage, all of a sudden you're killing it in 1 shot. So that is the kind of thing that could, depending on where the hit point cutoff is for the monsters that you're fighting, that could make a massive, massive, massive difference. So right now, I have to admit, I'm a little torn. I don't know which way to go. There is also this one, starting the game with a little bit of wood and stone. I don't think that's necessary, because if you are proficient with how you build up in the early game, you're actually going to be able to build very, very quickly. Now, it is true. We did have an initial problem. We did get banged up a little bit by the first wave of attacks. And the thing is, yes, I could upgrade the acorns and probably avoid taking that damage. But I'll be honest, that wave that hit us in the end, that killed us, was so devastating that it doesn't matter. You could have given me another 5 or 6, 7 hit points. It would not have mattered. So this upgrade, the one that gives you more tower health, is pretty much completely useless, because once you start going down, you're going to go down hard. There's nothing you can do to stop it. So I think actually the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this. There we go. And that will be the second attempt that I will try next time. So that'll be all for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.